Welcome back to another day here on the Winter's Lorcana channel. Today, I want to talk about a cool way where you can win on turn 4. Yesterday, I was at work in the middle of an event. It was crazy busy, and I had a moment. No customers were walking in, so I decided let's open up Discord and see what people are saying. I wanted to ask the question, what decks is my community playing? And somebody had mentioned that they would love to see me play a Mirabelle deck, the new Mirabelle, that quests for 5. And I kind of laughed it off, like, okay, Mirabelle is just kind of a bad card, right? Let me show her to you real quick, right? So, Mirabelle, kind of a not so great card. Cost 5, is a 5/5, quest for 5. Sounds absolutely stellar and fantastic, but she reads you can't play this character unless you have 5 or more characters in play. You know what that means, right? If you have 5 or more characters in play, you're probably winning. Most control decks are not going to, especially with Amber, right? Like, if you're gonna have that many characters, it's probably because you're aggro, and if you're aggro, you're winning already. If it's for any other reason, Mirabelle doesn't really fit the strategy, and she's really hard to play because that's probably not your strategy. I don't know, she's just, if you can play her, you don't actually need her. And if you can't play, like you do want to play her, but you can't, well, you can't. That's a problem. So yeah, somebody wanted me to build a Mirabelle deck. And then my good friend Mac, he suggested playing it in conjunction with the Queen, Disguised Peddler. And this led me down a rabbit hole, and I found a turn 4 win. The Queen, cost 3, is a 2/3 who reads, exert it, choose and discard a card, then gain lore equal to the discarded character's lore. Well, if the Queen discards a Mirabelle, you gain 5 lore. That's pretty bonkers. That's a great way to gain the lore off of Mirabelle without actually having to play Mirabelle. So, let me just walk you through a quick game. The only caveat to this turn 4 win is you have to go second, because otherwise you won't physically have enough cards to complete your win condition. So here we go, right? Your opening hand's gonna look something like, you're gonna need the Mirabelle, you're gonna need the Queen, and you're gonna need Sven. Now, you don't necessarily need all 3 of these in your opening hand, as long as you can draw into some of these cards over the course of the 4 turns. You're gonna get 4 draw steps. So that's 4 additional cards. So these don't even need to technically be in your hand as long as they're showing up in the first 4 cards. Now, the other things that are really important are anything that can quest. So this can literally be any card in the deck. This is just whatever. It just happens to be an Ursula in this case. And then the other one is you're gonna need 3 1-drops that each quest for 2. Now that's not as difficult as it seems, considering we're also running 4 copies of Curse Merfolk and 4 copies of Lilo. So there are, and of course there's a 4th copy of Daisy Duck in the deck. There are 12 1-cost 2 questers, and we only need 3 of them. So with that out of the way, with those little caveats, let's just look through how this would go real quickly. I'm gonna leave the hand right here. We are going second. This does require a ton of luck. Magical Christmas Slam. I don't think it can be pulled off. It just requires your opponent to be just a little aggressive. That's all. And if they're gonna do a little aggression, they're gonna slow you down. You're still gonna win this game. Trust me, you're still gonna win this game. You're just not gonna do it on turn 4. All right, but effectively turn 1 for us, which is the second turn of the game, we'll start by drawing a card. It will be ink. So we're gonna go ahead and ink it, right? And then we're gonna play Daisy, or any of the 1-drops, right? Ideally Daisy because of the 4 toughness. Our next turn we're gonna draw another ink, and then we're gonna play 2 more of the 1-drops. We're gonna quest for the 2. That's gonna bring us to 2, and then that's it for that turn, right? Turn 3, we're gonna draw another ink. And by the way, this is why I prefer Ursula in the opening hand, because sometimes, oh, I drew an uninkable. Let's ink this one. Like I said, it doesn't matter as long you just need a character in your hand for that last one. We're gonna ink, and now this is where the plan comes together. We're gonna play the Queen. We're going to quest for 6, go to 8, and then next turn we win, provided They don't take out any of the daisies. Now see, that's where the issue is. One of these daisies is quested not once, but twice. So it's left itself kind of vulnerable to any kinds of attacks. Alright, and for the 4th turn, I'm sure you can see where this is going. We're going to draw another piece of ink, or again, maybe the, however it worked out. It's not that difficult to get the ink. Alright, here we go. Now we're going to quest for another 6. That's going to take us to 14. Then the queen will activate. We will discard Mirabelle. That's going to gain us 5. That's going to take us all the way to 19. And that is almost enough. Almost enough, but not quite. So that's where we're going to play the brand new Sven. This is why Sven's so important. When you play this character, you may ready chosen character. They can't quest or challenge for the rest of this turn. However, we're going to ready the queen. The queen's ability is an activated ability. It's not a quest and it's not a challenge. It just so happens that her ability gains you lore. So we're going to go ahead and activate the queen. We will discard the last card in our hand, who happens to have 1 lore. 19 up to 20. That is game on turn 4. That's pretty bonkers. That is pretty bonkers. What are the odds of you actually being able to do this in a game? Incredibly low. There's obviously a few weaknesses. Daisies are left open to be attacked, and we do need them throughout all 4 turns. The queen has 2 strength, so there is that moment where she can be hit with brawl. 3 willpower means she can be hit with smash. And as soon as your opponent sees that, provided they have one of the answers in their hand, they're not going to hesitate. People are going to know about this. They're not going to hesitate. But outside of that, let me jump into a couple of AI games with this deck, and we will just kind of see what are the odds. How close can we get to doing this? My prediction is we won't be able to do it at all. But it's a very easy combo. It actually, there's only 3 required cards, and the rest are just have some conditions to them. They're not actually, they're not specific cards, which makes it feel like the strategy shouldn't be that difficult. Yet, I don't think we can do it. Let's jump in and see if we can win on turn 4. All right. So for each of these games, because I do get to choose, I am opting to go second in each of these games, because again, that's the only way to do a turn 4 win. As you'll have noticed in our demonstration, the turn 5, or on turn 4, we have 1 card left in hand. We only get that way if we happen to have the extra card draw, because if we don't have the extra card draw, then it doesn't happen. Then we have no cards in hand. Now, got a lot of 1-drops. Is this even possible? Let's see. I do have the Sven. I have 1 2-questing 2-drop, and I have Mirabelle. Which means the queen needs to be in the top, and it wasn't one of our tops. Followed by 2 1-drops who quest for 2. It's not impossible. Basically, these 5 cards consist of our 4 ink and our discard card. So as long as we actually draw into the rest of the cards for the next 3 turns straight, technically we have a chance. But as soon as I draw this card and it's not one of them, it's not possible. Okay, well, it's not completely gone, so I could save Kita as the discard, or possibly even a Wendy Darling. No, it's not gonna work, is it? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because I get more than 1 extra lore out of this. I get multiple extra lores. Alright, let's get both of these guys down then. Flynn should attack it. I mean, we're going for it. We're attempting to do it. This is why things fall apart. 'Cause Flynn will attack. I know the AI. I don't know the AI. Alright, well, there's a different issue we're going to run into. Need ink. And it looks like we're going to be inking this. I want to get Piglet down, but I also really want to get the bodyguard down. Alright. Well, the good news is we are just an aggro deck. So winning on turn 4 is most certainly not a requirement. We'll just win on turn 5 or turn 6 instead of turn 4. Another Mirabelle. I mean, we're close to playing it. I need to ink. I think we're inking Sven. Play a Piglet. Quest. They're going into the Maui turn, so I don't think we're going to have 5 characters. Perhaps I should have only quested with the Pegasus just to secure getting a Mirabelle down. There comes Maui. Oh no, Maui from the opponent. That is actually shocking. Well, we're going to get to play a Mirabelle. Well, I could play a Mirabelle. It doesn't matter which one I do. I think I just have lethal on board anyway. Let's find out. Yeah, I just have lethal on board, so I don't even need to play these. But in this situation, you would play Pegasus because it would just give all of your characters evasive, and you're pretty much, your board can't be touched. Like, why would you play Mirabelle in that situation when you just top deck Pegasus? The answer is you wouldn't. Alright, so that's one failure. Didn't get there. Had some of the starting cards, but didn't get there. Alright, trying again. And yes, I have opted to go second. Alright, so this opening hand does actually contain the 3 1-drops, but nothing else. So let's put back everything else. Oh, okay. No. Well, we got 4 1-drops. And when I say 4 1-drops, I mean 1-drops that quest for 2. Ooh, these are all actually pretty good cards. But let's start with a Daisy Duck. Pass the turn. It's not impossible. Remember, one of these cards is our discard card. The others can be ink. So we're not completely out of it. Mirabelle is actually one of our cards that we need to discard. Alright, well, let's play Daisy. Let's play Curse Merfolk. Quest Daisy. Let opponent draw a card. Yep, they're drawing a... And of course it's a fox! That's gross. That's a great answer to Daisy Duck. Here comes the fox and the attack. Oh my goodness! AI, you are such a bad player. Okay, well that would never happen in real life. Okay, so we're inking a card. And playing Donald. Yes, we want to bodyguard up. And we'll quest for a whole bunch. I mean, this is turn 3 right here. Gave him a Merlin. What else are we going to give him? Nothing. Okay. It goes on the bottom, right? Yeah, it goes on the bottom of the deck. If they play another Friends, I'm going to be suspicious. There's a rabbit. I mean, let's see. 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 is as high as I can get. I mean, that's fine. It's almost turn 4, but it's not quite there. We will play another Donald. Yeah, we can bodyguard. It's fine. It doesn't matter who I give it to, because everything's gonna quest. Goodbye, how far I'll go. What else are we gonna hit? Give you another Merlin? Oh, Dolores. Alright, it was no turn 4 victory, but it's looking like a very solid turn 5 victory. Which was previously the fastest win condition. Like, we're looking at turn 5 wins as like a aww, but really it's like that was as fast as you could be before the whole Queen Peddler and Mirabelle thing. I bet you this was there. Like, we didn't need Mirabelle, we just needed other characters that did 4 and then characters that do 2. Sure, it's a little trickier, but look at this, we're actually gonna get to play a Mirabelle even though we don't need to. Yeah, well, still a turn 5 victory. And just a good example, by the time I could play Mirabelle, the game was over. In the last game, by the time I could play Mirabelle, the game was already over. Just, it's too difficult to get down and have value. It's ridiculous. Alright, this one should be challenging. We could lose this game. Alright, we have Queen's Peddler. Oh, we got 3 daisies. That's absolutely fantastic. Well, let's send everything else back, because we don't really actually technically need them. We are keeping all uninkables here. Oh, and there's Sven. Oh, we have 5 cards. We just need to draw a Mirabelle. Okay. Drawing ink is fine. We just have to draw a Mirabelle. That's crazy. Let's ink you. Play Daisy. The reason why I said we could lose is we're playing against another aggro deck. The reason why I wanted to try it is because they're gonna run daisies, which will let us draw cards. We only have characters in this deck. And then this particular deck also runs the Chromicon. Oh my gosh, we have all the cards. Can we do it though? That's the question. Will the computer let us do it? Alright. Turn 2, getting the quest. Pass turn. This could be just aggro enough to supersede their aggression. Okay. I got my ink in hand. Okay. This is looking good. Ink you. Play you. Oh my gosh, are we gonna get there? Our characters have to make it another turn. Actually, technically not really. As long as I draw ink, I'm gonna gain 10 lore off of the queen next turn. So I don't need all of the daisies to survive. I just need 1 daisy to survive. And of course the queen has to survive. And I have to draw an ink off the top. Otherwise I'll be forced to ink one of the 2 Mirabelles. My goodness, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Okay. Opponent hasn't done anything to stop us. Opponent thinks this is just a race. I'm actually excited. I thought that the odds of this are going to be like 1%. And that might still be true, and we could just be really lucky right now. Alright, let's ink you. Let's card ability the queen. Drop off a Mirabelle. Quest with a daisy. Let's just get as much as we can. Let's just do it. Quest with a daisy. This is turn 4. I have 4 ink. Quest with the daisy. Play Sven. Ready the queen. Card ability. Drop it off. Go to 24 lore. Turn 4 victory. My goodness. And I didn't even get the bonuses that I thought I would get. They didn't play Daisy for the extra card draw. They didn't play the Chromicon for the extra card draw. Nothing. We went second against an aggro deck and still managed to pull it off. Okay. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But this is going to be a super short video. I have to leave town. We're going to go to a rodeo to watch my nieces and nephews ride a bunch of sheep. You know, a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds. It should be a lot of fun. So I have to get out of here. I can't make this video any longer. I do apologize. I am giving away a Shimmering Skies booster box. It's on the table over there. I have something potentially coming in the mail. I don't know yet for another piece of the giveaway. And my good friend Mac has made a really cool life counter. Not unlike this one, but it is different. It's thinner, sleeker, doesn't take up as much real estate space on the game mat, and looks really, really nice. Hopefully that'll be here in time for the giveaway, but it is a giveaway prize. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, all the fun stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow.